enthusiasts. Today we're going to review the machine gun, a mech weapon machine gun. Now, machine guns seem like kind of useless weapons in that they're really short range, they don't do much damage, and they have ammo such that if you get hit in the ammo, your mech explodes. So it seems like a really terrible weapon. Like, why not instead put a small laser on your mech? And which is a good question. Now, the thing with machine guns is that they're really good against infantry. So much so that you should consider the Locust 1V rather than the Locust 1S as often being a better mech. And that's because the Locust 1S, for one thing, it carries less armor than the 1V, but it has SRMs, which you shouldn't really be using anyway. When are you going to use a Locust's SRMs? Unless you have a pack of Locusts doing pack hunting, in which case that's like the opposite. You actually want SRMs, because then you will be engaging, because you'll be swarming. But if you're not swarming, you will probably never use your medium laser, let alone your side weapons, on a Locust. Its job is to run, to maintain 12 to hit, so it never gets hit, because its armor is basically dexterity based on speed or movement. So you're never going to use your medium laser unless you're either losing the game or you are getting a lucky back shot on some mech that is engaged to something else, in which case the SRMs again might come in well. But most of the time, that means you're probably already winning anyway. So most of the time, or much of the time, the difference between machine guns and other weapons like the SRMs that often replace the machine guns is infantry versus not infantry. You can't use the SRMs effectively against infantry. They're just not as good. Whereas the machine guns and flamers also are really good. So machine gun mechs are anti-infantry. So the Locust 1V is a perfect example versus the Locust 1S, or the missile version of the Locust, the long-range missile. If you want to put a little LRM on it or something. But you basically do... it gives your Locust something to do, because it's also can easily go find and hunt down those infantry stands, which might be really far away from the main battle. Perhaps they're guarding an objective, or they're acting as a lookout or spotting. So your Locust is fast enough, it can run out there and catch them, and then machine gun them down. So machine guns are the anti-infantry weapon, specifically for specialty mechs, and also for multi-purposing your scout mechs like the Locust. So again, machine guns over SRMs or small lasers, maybe. That's how you'd use them. Anyway, give your opinions on machine guns and the risk of their ammo explosions, etc. in the comments.